Hey y'all, welcome to Back Porch Cooking and Reminiscing. I'm Roger, and as always, we're happy to have y'all here with us today. So have y'all been to the grocery store lately and looked at the price of beef? I was in the store just yesterday and looking at the price of steaks, and they are outrageous. We wanted to do a corned beef brisket for St. Patrick's Day. And we bought one, but we gave over $30 for a corned beef brisket, and it's not very big. It might feed three of us. But anyway, as I said, the price of beef is just outrageous. I was looking at the meat section while I was there, and I noticed that pork is quite a bit less expensive. So today I'm going to show you how to do a pork chop that will taste just like a steak, or at least really, really close to it. So y'all stick with us and we're going to get to doing this here in just a minute. Before we get to the pork chops, I'm going to get us a couple of potatoes ready to put in the air fryer. And if y'all have never cooked a potato in the air fryer, you're missing out because air fryer baked potatoes are great. But first thing we want to do is get you a fork and stick that fork in there about 5 or 6 times, because if you don't, you may have your potato explode while in your air fryer. So just put you about 6 forks into your potato. That way you won't have to worry about it blowing up on you. Alright, and that's about got us with 6 in there, so we're good with that. After we get our holes put in our potatoes, and I went and put gloves on for this next step, we're going to put us a little bit of olive oil in our hand, and we're going to just rub that potato down with that olive oil. Just get it all over it and get it good and coated. If you need more than what you started out with, just put you a little more in there. It'll be fine. And we're going to do the same thing. Well, we're going to see if we got enough left to coat it good or not. Now we're going to need just a little bit more. We'll pour just a little bit more olive oil in my hand, and then we'll coat up that potato. And since we had some extra pour out there, I'll just go ahead and rub that one down with it too. All right. Now I'm going to go ahead and take these gloves off, and then we're going to put some salt on these potatoes. Now you can use kosher salt. I don't have any kosher salt right now, so I'm going to use some Himalayan pink salt to go on them. So just take that and just dust it good with the Himalayan pink salt, or with coarse salt, just whatever you've got. Turn it over. You want to get some on both sides. I forgot to turn that one over. There we go. Alright, and that's all we're going to do to that, and we're going to put those potatoes in the air fryer at 400 degrees on the air fry setting, and we're going to cook them we're going to check them probably in about 20 to 25 minutes and see if they're ready to come out. Depending on the size of your potato, it could take anywhere between 25-35 minutes. We got our potatoes in the air fryer, so they're starting to cook. And here we've got our 2 center cut pork chops, bone in. And these were $5.68 for the 2 of them. And they're around 1 inch thick, maybe just a little bit more than 1 inch thick. And now about an hour before you're ready to cook these, you want to salt them down really good, Don't be afraid to use the salt on them. And put them back in the refrigerator and let them sit for an hour if you can. Then take them out about 30 minutes before you're ready to cook and let them sit and kind of warm up just a little bit. So I've already salted them. So now we're going to add some pepper. Oh, and I got our skillets over here, our cast iron skillets over here getting hot, and it's getting pretty hot because it's got some smoke coming off of it. And then we're going to put a little bit of garlic powder on here. And we're going to do the same thing when we get them in the skillet. But the first thing we got to do is we got to put us some olive oil in the skillet. Now, y'all know I'm a vegetable oil man, but some things I do use the olive oil or avocado oil for. So we want to put about a tablespoon in the skillet. Just enough that we can get our pork chops seared, because that's one of the most important things, is to get them seared. Now this is called the restaurant steakhouse method. So we just want to get our oil going everywhere. And I'll get the camera turned up there once we get it all done the way I need it. Just trying to get the bottom coated. There we go. We got it coated now. All right, let's turn our camera up here where y'all can see the skillet. And as you can see, it's smoking. It's on about a medium high heat. So what we want to do is we want to put these pork chops in this skillet and sear them for about 2 to 3 minutes on each side. All right, and got us a set of tongs there. We're going to put that one in. Ow. And I got popped by the grease there just then. And we're going to put the other one in. Slipped out of my tongs there and got me on the arm. All right, now we're going to go ahead and put a little pepper on that side, because this is the side we didn't put any other seasonings on other than salt. And put us a little bit of garlic powder on there. And I got to be careful with this one because, again, I still don't have a shaker lid on there. So I'm being pretty easy with it. A little bit more on that one, maybe. Boy, they are already smelling good. All right, so we're going to let that cook on that side for about, like I say, 2 to 3 minutes. And then we're going to turn it over. We're going to sear the other side. We're ready to turn them over. Get a sear on the other side. Oh, that is pretty. All right, and then we're going to give that about 2 minutes on that side, and then we'll sear around the edges. All right, y'all, we got a good sear on that side, so now we want to just take these, and the easiest way to do this is, if you can, get both of them stuck together there like that, and then just get a hold of both of them with your tongs. Well, it's not wanting to cooperate with me. There we go. And then just turn them up like that and sear that fat on the edges. Now, it doesn't take as long to do the fat on the edges as it does to do the main part of the meat, but we just want to get a good sear on it. And I'm going to turn the heat down. All right, we got a good sear on that. This one looks like it might could use just a little bit on this edge here, so we'll put it back in there. The reason we're doing this is because we want to seal in all those juices. We don't want the juices running out everywhere. So we're searing that fat. All right, that looks good. So we're just going to take those right now, just set them to the side, and I just set the smoke alarm off. All right, y'all, so I got the smoke detector situation cured. So now we're going to take our pan here and we're going to put us 2 tablespoons of butter in it and let that melt. Get me something to stir that up with. Because what we're doing here is we're wanting to deglaze this pan a little bit where the pork chop's browned. All right, that's looking good. All right, and now we're going to add, this is a seasoning that it's a mushroom seasoning. You can use regular mushrooms, you know, the sliced mushrooms, but I've been wanting to try this, so I'm going to go with this today. And so we're just going to sprinkle some of that in there to give us a little bit of a mushroom flavor. All right, and that's also got some thyme in it. And so I'll leave you the recipe that if you don't have this or anything like it, you can just use the regular spices to go in it. We're going to give that a good stir up. And honestly, it smells like we've got mushrooms in there. And of course, we want to scrape that pan and get all that flavor out of the coating that was on the pork chops. All right. And then we're going to add us 2 teaspoons of minced garlic. And I'm just using the regular minced garlic instead of doing it myself. So we're just going to do this, put it in there, and all right, got that. And then let's just give that garlic a stir around too. Boy, everything's starting to really smell good now. All right, and we're just going to let that sit there. I've got it on really low heat right now. And so we're just going to let that sit there and let that butter kind of get all melted out and let the garlic get cooked in with that. And then we'll go on to the next step. All right, we got our pan deglazed. So we're going to go with 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. If I can get my Worcestershire to come out. All right, there's 1. And there's 2. And then along with that Worcestershire sauce, we're going to add about 1/3 cup of water to go with it. All right, now we're just going to give that a good stir. That really made it smell good. And that helps to deglaze that pan even more with that Worcestershire and water. So we've turned our heat up to about a medium-high heat. Got it around a 5. We might go to 6 on it. And then we're going to be putting our pork chops back in. And we're going to take us a spoon and we're going to just kind of baste that pork chop with some of that juice that's cooking. Be sure you do both of them. And we're going to let that cook for a couple 3 minutes on this side, and then we'll flip it over and let it cook just a little bit more. And then we will have them done. All right, y'all, so our steaks or our pork chops got up to 140 degrees internal temperature. Went ahead and took them out. Now we're going to leave them sit, and as they sit, the heat will continue to build on them, and it'll get us up to that 145 degree temperature that is a safe temperature for us to be able to eat pork. And so, but you need to let them rest for 8 to 10 minutes before you try to cut into them, because otherwise all your juices are going to run out and they'll be tough. So just be patient, let them set for 8 to 10 minutes, then you can cut them. That's what our pork chop came out looking like. It's got a really good crust on it. Our potatoes got the salt all around the uh, peel, and got some butter melting in there. So the next thing is going to be to give it a taste and see if it tastes like steak. All right, y'all. So we've got our steak or our pork chops done. Now it's time to see, does it really taste like a steak? So here we go. It does taste like a steak. It's a little tougher than what I would like for it to be, but I like my steaks just fall apart tender. But as far as the flavor goes, it does taste just like steak. All right, y'all. Hope you'll make this for your family, share it with your friends, and hope y'all have a great day, and we will see you next time. But remember, it does taste like steak.